Hello guys, this is Pakistani and also iFixYourHost. So I decided to make this video to help people port forward and fix their hosts because a lot of people have been having trouble with that, and if you're new, you're sitting in the chat room, nobody's hosting because nobody can. Maybe you want to fix your host so that things become more exciting and then you can play and you don't have to wait for a lot of people to come and host. Especially it gets frustrating when nobody's hosting, or even those who can host are not hosting, or the whole room is full of people who can't host. So hopefully you can fix your host with this most easily. The first step, there are three basic steps to fixing your host. The first step is port forwarding, which I'm going to show you a very easy way to do. You don't have to mess around with settings at all, really, just one thing. The second thing is to allow it in your Windows firewall, or if you're running antivirus or internet security suite. And the third part is putting your local IP in your Street Fighter Online program, or if you're running it online. That's pretty easy. Now I don't have any antivirus or internet security suite running, so I won't be able to show you that, but I can show you how to do it in Windows Firewall. Now I've deleted all my settings from my router and stuff, so my ports are not open currently, so if I try to host it right now it would not work. So I have this utility called portchecker. So this, I'm just trying to show you that it doesn't work right now. The common port used is 1626, so I'm checking if that is open. It's not open. And the UDP, it's also should not be open at this moment. So currently my port 1626 is not forwarded. Now I'm going to show you a very easy way to do it. You don't, many times I've helped a lot of people. Many times they know how to port forward, or many times they don't know how to port forward. But even if you know how to port forward, sometimes you just don't have access to the router itself because you don't have the password or something. Now I'm going to show you a very simple way of doing it without going into the router. That is, we're going to use a little utility called utorrent. Most of you probably know what it is. It allows you to download torrent files, which is a peer-to-peer sharing technique, like the torrents that we all know of. So I already have it installed, but I'm going to still show you how it goes. So we're going to go to utorrent.com, and the links to all of these will be provided in the description of the video. Then you're going to click Get uTorrent. It's going to be an orange button. If you're a new visitor, it's probably in the middle somewhere, but it's going to be like this. So click Get uTorrent. You're going to hover over free download. Don't click the download button, just hover over it and uncheck this because it's going to install some extra stuff. We don't really want it. Unless you want it, you can download it, but I don't want junk on my computer, so I'm not going to install it. And then press the download button. Your download should start, and it's a pretty small file, less than a megabyte. That's why I'm using uTorrent as an example to do this, because it's a small file. Most people, even with slow connections, should be able to download this quickly. You can also do this with Skype, but that's 20 megabytes, so I chose to do it with uTorrent. So I'm going to run it, and you're going to go through the install process. I already have uTorrent. So what we're going to do is, once you install uTorrent, after you install it and it opens up, you're going to go to options and then preferences. Now in preferences, you'll probably on the general. After you go to preferences, you want to go to connection. Now once you're at connection, just copy this port into maybe your notepad or something. Just copy and paste it there because we'll need it later. Well, we don't really need it, but just we're just going to put this back later. I'm going to put in 1626. This is the port I want to use for Street Fighter Online. You can choose some other port if you want, if you're going to put something else, but I'm just going to leave it as 1626. I'm going to click apply and then OK. Now I'm going to have to wait for a couple of minutes, so like it's 12:21 a.m. here. I'm going to wait till it's about 20, 21, 22 and 23 or something around there. Just gonna exit out. Now you have to notice once you X out uTorrent, it actually doesn't close. It is right here, it's still running. So I haven't really closed it. You can leave it open if you want. So I'm gonna leave it open for about a minute. It's going in the background, it's going to port forward for me. So this way I am not going into the router. If I don't have the password to the router, it doesn't really matter to me because uTorrent is going to forward this port for me. So like I said, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes so I'm sure that it's been forwarded in the background. So it's doing that right now. I mean, I don't know it's doing it, but it is doing it. So that's the first part, port forward. Wasn't that easy? I mean, sometimes it's difficult, and especially if you don't have the password, you can't do it. So this is a very, very easy way of doing it. If you have no technical expertise, you should be able to follow this video and be able to hopefully host. So the first part done. Just get uTorrent. Let me repeat, you get uTorrent, options, preferences, then go to connection and then change this to 1626, apply, and then OK. So I think the port has been forwarded. I'm going to close out. So I'm going to go to the uTorrent here and exit it. So I want to close it out because I just want to show you that it is open. See, it was not open before because it wasn't forwarded. Now it is forwarded. And there we go. Both of them are open. The next part is to allow it in Windows Firewall. What we do is go to Start and then just type in here Windows Firewall. And you want to probably go with advanced setting if you want. Now here, after you're here, click on inbound rules. And we're going to create a rule for this port. Now if you have a program, for example, if you downloaded Street Fighter Online, you can do it that way, or if you have online, for that you need to put a port in because the program is not going to work. So I'm going to create a new rule. I'm going to click port and then click next. And there's TCP. I'm going to put a specific port which I know is 1626. Click next. Allow the connection. I'm going to name this SFO TCP because I picked TCP. As you can see, I picked TCP here. So I'm going to put the port in, go next, next, and then next. SFO TCP. The name could be anything, but I just put TCP because this is a TCP rule. Again, I'm going to create another rule. I'm going to go to port, and this time I'm going to select UDP. The port number is the same, 1626. Next, allow connection. Next, next. SFO UDP. There we go. Now, I don't know if you need to do outbound rules, but I'm just going to do it just for the heck of it. So click on outbound rules, and again do the same thing. New rule, port. Put the port number, and TCP is selected. And it says block connection. We want to allow connection. And SFO TCP again. and I'm going to create another rule, this time for the UDP 1626. I'm not exactly sure you need to do the outbound rules, but I'm just doing it so that I'm safe, that it's correctly allowed. And there we go. So the UDP. Now if you're running Windows XP, what you can do is click Start menu, click on, if you have XP, click Control Panel, then yours is probably in an icon, like, you know, so click on Windows Firewall, it should show up like this, and then when you click on that, yours is going to look different. Yours is going to be like a, you know, like a property. No, it's different here. Whatever pops up when you click Windows Firewall, click on the exception tab. There's going to be a tab called exception, and in the exception tab, then you're going to add port, and then you're going to add 1626 for TCP, and then you're going to add again another port, add port, add another rule, and add port 1626 for UDP. So you need both TCP and UDP to be allowed. Okay, so I have allowed the port, like with the rules here, so that's done. So that's part 2, that's finished. Now the third part is putting your local IP in SFO. Oh, by the way, I copied, you know, the port I copied on uTorrent. I'm just going to put that back. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to change this back to the port. We don't need to keep it that way, because you have to understand, if you leave it as 1626 in uTorrent, whenever uTorrent is running, SFO won't be able to run on that, because you can't have two programs be using the same port. That's why I had you copy and paste it before. So we're just going to put it back again, because our port has been forwarded. It doesn't matter what we do now. Okay, so the third part is putting your local IP in SFO. How you find that is go to Start, and if you have XP, you should have like Run over here somewhere. Click on Run, or if you have Windows 7, just type in the search menu Run, and it should look like that with the blue box here. And then just press CMD, write CMD, and OK. Now this pops up. Here you want to write IP config, IPCONFIG. Press enter. In Windows 7, you're going to have two IPs basically, IP4 and IP6. On this, it just has IP4 address, or well, there's the IPv6. We're looking for IPv4 on Windows 7. So I have 192.168.114. This is what I'm going to put in my SFO, the IPv4 address. If you have Windows XP, it should say local IP or something like that, but it should look something like this. You know, where your default gateway is this, and this is your IP. Whatever if it says IP address, you're just going to copy this and put it in SFO. So now I'm going to open SFO. I don't have SFO installed on my computer. I deleted it. So I'm going to go to streetfighteronline.com, play now. And this is the reason I did allow my port in Windows Firewall, because I don't have a program. If it was a program, it would have asked me to allow it and stuff like that. That's weird. Here we go. So it's gonna load. It should have probably been better if I had the program. Wouldn't have made you wait for the loading. But I guess this is what you're going to go through anyways. So, okay. escape. Okay, now I'm going to log in. Just gonna go as an anonymous user. So once you've logged in, I'm going as an anonymous user, but you don't have to, obviously. Go to Options, Network, and now there are two IPs here. It says public IP and local IP. You want to put what you found here in the command prompt. What you found was 192.168.114. This is what I'm going to put in local IP. If you've never done this before, it probably says auto. So you're going to click on that and just erase auto and write down 192.168.1.14. And there you go. You've completed all three parts of this. So port forwarding, although you know it's a hard thing for many people, and even those who are trying to help you, they're asking you for the password and you don't have the password. I've just shown you a very, very easy way of doing it. All you need to do is get uTorrent. Like I said, uTorrent, options, preferences, change this port to 1626, click apply, and then OK, and then wait for a couple of minutes, and it should have reopened. It should have port forwarded that port 1626 for you. So I already did that. And then once you've done that, just replace the old port back in. Don't leave it as 1626. Go back and change it to whatever it was before. Because otherwise, if you have uTorrent running and SFO running at the same time, there's going to be a problem. The second part was to change the settings in firewall. Go to firewall, inbound rules, new rule, port. Put the port number, next, allow, and then do the same, a new rule, port, but make sure the next time you do it is UDP. So you want to create a rule for both of these, and then do the same thing with outbound rules, create new rule, and so on and so forth. And the third part was IP. Go to run, here, start, run, open it, CMD, enter, and IP config, and just go scroll up a little bit and find that IPv4 address, or if you're on XP, IP address. It should look something like this, or it could be different, but just take that IP address and put it in SFO options, network, and put it in local IP. Don't put it on the top one, just put it on the bottom one. And your port should be 1626. You can change that. If you change this port number, you have to change the port number that you used in uTorrent as well. Now I should be able to host, so let's go in and see if we can host. Voila, it works. So we started off with a port that was not open, that is now open. I did not go into the router or anything. Well, hopefully this will help a lot of people. If you if you find somebody who needs help, please pass on to them this video. Also, you should sign up on the forum, which is forums.streetfighteronline.com. If you need any help, find me there. My name is Pakistani, and you can PM me and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Thank you. And well, now I'm gonna play. This guy probably thinks I'm a noob, but oh well. Enjoy.